When we hear about a plane crash, an accident on the operating table, or a disaster at a chemical plant, we race to find the answers to these shocking events. Often, our first reaction is to look for the immediate visible factor, the person. In these instances, the pilot, the surgeon, or the plant operator. What was going on with them when the incident occurred? What should they have done differently? While these are good questions to ask, they don't paint the full picture. As humans, we tend to prefer immediate and straightforward answers to our problems. It helps us to make sense of the world and rest easy knowing that we have a clear explanation for any apparent mystery. But accident causation is nearly always complex and diverse, with a unique combination of thoughts, actions, and environment. There can be tens or even hundreds of factors that have contributed to the accident that may have been lying dormant or invisible, waiting to be triggered. And rather than just one factor causing the accident, it's the result of a number of failings that line up to create the perfect storm. And to continually manage risks to the best of our ability, we need to be vigilant in spotting and addressing all potential risks, unsafe acts, and near misses. In the year 2000, psychology professor James Reason helped to explain why accidents happen by talking about cheese. Imagine a block of Swiss cheese. It's known for its holes. Now, imagine it being sliced into lots of layers. Each slice is a defense that we've built in our organization to prevent accidents happening. These layers might represent visible safety leadership, technology, training and communication, for example. But there are holes in each of these defenses, in any organization, because we're human and we make mistakes. These holes could represent the fact that not all leaders demonstrate visual safety leadership. Our reporting systems aren't modern enough. Our training runs regularly but isn't relevant enough. And we rely too heavily on email, meaning some messages get lost. In the extreme, imagine a case of someone who trips over a package, hits their head on a sharp surface, and ends up in an ambulance headed for the hospital. Is this simply the fault of the person who left it there? Imagine this scenario. A delivery driver arrives at an office outside of work hours to drop off a parcel for an employee. They buzz the office door, but the buzzer isn't working. They spot a cleaner and ask for the cleaner to sign for it. The cleaner leaves the package near the door for the time being, as they don't know how to access the delivery room. As the cleaner shuts off the lights at the end of their shift, an employee, who's been working late in the office, runs down the stairs to get out in time before lockup. The employee trips over the package and hits their head. Rather than the cleaner being to blame, there were multiple small holes in the organization's defenses that created the pathway for this to happen. There's the broken buzzer that stopped the package being delivered to the correct floor, the absence of a process for handling deliveries, the late-night working policy that hasn't been updated with office closure times, the basic safety training that wasn't delivered to all employees. It's when something breaks through a series of these holes in our defenses, and the holes in the slices align, that a major accident occurs. Working to reduce the size of these holes, and ensuring they don't line up, is our responsibility. It all starts with our awareness of what's going on around us, recognizing the barriers that exist to protect us from harm, and making sure that our actions don't compromise the effectiveness of these barriers.